I'm going to just be straight about it. If you can multiply, you probably already could figure out how to divide these without my help. But we are going to take some notes. That way you have something in your binder to look back at before you take the test on this. Okay? So let's write out the steps first. You don't have your helmet on. Just realized I haven't seen your head without a helmet on it in a very long time. Okay, so step one. Just like last time, but now we're talking about dividing. So we're going to divide the numbers. I'm referring to the numbers that are between 1 and 10 when you're looking at the scientific notation form. So the first thing you're going to do is divide those. The second thing you're going to do is, yesterday we used the product rule of exponents and we added those exponents because we were multiplying. Today we're going to use the quotient rule for exponents to find our exponents. So we're going to use the quotient rule. To change the exponent. Yeah, sorry guys. Here, let me fix it. Okay, the last step for this is to adjust the decimal and exponent if needed. Sometimes you'll divide them and the number will be between 1 and 10. You don't have to do anything. But a lot of times when you divide it, the number's going to get smaller than 1 and you're going to have to adjust it accordingly. So let's take a look at an example. Okay. So we have 7.1 times 10 to the 6th power divided by 8.2 times 10 to the 1st power. The first step is to divide our numbers. So that's going to be 7.1 divided by 8.2. Okay. Okay, let me tell you my answer checker rules for rounding. And please listen so I don't get emails about it, because I always say it and then some people don't hear it. If it goes on like this, then round it to the nearest hundredth. If it ends at some point, then just put the whole thing there. So if you plugged it in and you only got that, then put the whole thing. If you plugged it in and you got that with nothing behind it, then put in the whole thing. But if it goes on continuously like this, then you have to round it to the nearest hundredth. Kyla. That's a good question, but for your homework, it will either go on. Actually, in your homework, I don't think any of them repeat. But if they do, round it to the nearest hundredth. Yeah, I don't think it will be an issue, Kello. All right, so let's go ahead and write this down. This is 0.8, and this rounds to a 7 because the 5 makes it round up. And then you guys remember what to do with your exponents when you're dividing, right? Subtract. So this is going to be to the 5th power. Now this is great, except for this number needs to be between 1 and 10. So we're going to have to adjust that decimal. So this will be 8.7. Now if the number is getting bigger, the exponent will get fabulous. Good, there you go. All right, let's take a look at another example. I want to do one that has some negative exponents in it because that was definitely a sticking point on your last quiz. Some people got hung up on those negative exponents. Okay. All right. First step is to divide. So I'm going to divide 6 and 8.08. Okay, again, this is going on forever, or at least as far as we can see. So we're going to round it to the nearest hundredth. Now, the exponents. We need to be super careful that we're not rushing through this part because this does not have an exponent of negative 5, and that is a common mistake that would get made on this. So I'm just going to do it in a different color so you can see. Really think about what's happening here. You have negative 3 minus the whole thing, negative 2. Some people just subtract 2 instead of subtracting negative 2. So what's the exponent going to be? Say it out.
-1.
Fabulous. Good. Except for that, I forgot to put the 10. Hold on. Hold on. 10 to the negative 1. Okay. Now this isn't between 1 and 10, so we're going to move the decimal place over 1 space. When we make the number bigger, the exponent gets, there you go. I don't feel like I need to do a whole lot of instruction today. Are you guys feeling that way too? Like you could just tackle the homework now?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to leave you to it. If you finish early, some of you never were able to get 100% on some of the homeworks that we've had in this unit on those exponent ones. So if you finish early, I would recommend that you go back and take a look at some of those homeworks previously that maybe you didn't do as well on, and try to see if you can figure out some of those problems.